What's up, brats? Akers right here. In today's video, I'm going to go over whether or not I personally think that the Marvel Rivals beta was good or bad. The conclusion will be at the end of the video, but I'm going to get into some topic points right now, and the first one I have on my list is gameplay. Overall, I think the gameplay of the game is very good. I have played Overwatch 2 for thousands of hours, and I just feel like the gameplay for me is just not there anymore, and I really was seeking an alternative, and I think Marvel Rivals does that very well. The format of the game, 6v6 open queue, is, I think, the best thing for this game at the moment. Having it in the open queue format just allows for more options and decisions to be made in the game, whether or not you want to have like 3 tanks, 1 DPS, 2 supports, or something like 1 tank, 4 DPS as a support. Just having that option available to you is huge. I think they should keep it like that. Second point I have is destruction. I think the destruction, if you want to make this game competitive, which I don't think they should go a competitive route for this game. There's so much like fun stuff to be had and just goofy stuff. Whenever I picked up this game, I felt a little bit competitive, but not really too much competitive, unlike Overwatch. I think I think this game should really just be a more casual, fun pickup game. You can still have your competitive modes, you can still have your tournaments, but I don't think the game should be focused around that. But in terms of the destruction, I feel like for if you are going to go for the competitive side of things, which they might be doing because of they already have the tournaments figured out and whatnot, destruction just doesn't fit. And even for casual play, I don't enjoy it. It just makes some maps feel unbearable to play on, like the Odin's Archive, and it makes your gameplay unpredictable because if a floor falls out beneath you, you fall down, and next thing you know, you're kind of in this weird spot where you don't want to be there. And I think the unpredictableness of the destruction is the number one reason why I just don't like it. It is cool, it is interesting, but I'm sure if you get rid of the destruction, performance of all systems will go up, and it's just more predictability, the better. Less randomness. I don't like the destruction. Get it out of here. Balance of the game for being a beta is really, really good. There are some few outliers, like the Punisher being very OP, Hulk kind of being this weird spot where maybe he works sometimes and other times he doesn't work. But for a beta, I think the balance of the game is really good. Would like to see a Punisher nerf. I mean, I made a whole tier list. You guys can go watch that if you think, if you want to know what characters, which ones were good, which ones are bad. You can look at my tier list. I did pin a comment in the description of like the updated little version. Not too many changes. I feel like I did pretty well in that tier list. But the balance of the game, pretty good. They did a really good job. Few changes, and you're golden. Frame drops. There was quite a few frame drops. Some of my friends are having a lot of issues with frame drops. It is a beta, so hopefully they look into that and fix that. But ultimately, there wasn't too much interference with the gameplay. At least for me personally, especially after I did the switch over to my C drive on this game. If you're having a loading error, just switch it over to your C drive. So not too many issues there. The lack of maps, that was probably the number one thing in this beta that was really bad. It was just playing on the same 4 maps over and over again. It got really boring and repetitive. Hopefully they have more maps at release. I'm sure they will, but 4 maps was so brutal, they really need to at least double that number, I feel like, in my opinion. 4 characters since the alpha. The alpha was 2 months ago, and they have released 4 characters since. They released Adam, Venom, Thor, and Jeff. So 2 tanks, 2 supports. 4 characters in 2 months is really, really good. Maybe they didn't plan on, like, maybe there was some delay in the alpha where they couldn't get some characters out, but I mean, 4 characters in 2 months is really, really good. And if they can keep up at least 2 characters every 2 months, I feel like that would be a really good pace, but we'll see. Really would have loved to see Deadpool and Wolverine since that came out recently. That would have been really good timing. Another thing that I would like to see them improve on is the feedback for supports. Supports right now, if you save someone, they don't really know that you saved them. This is another Overwatch 2 comparison, but like whenever you save someone in Overwatch, it tells both players like, oh, you saved them. Oh, um, you have boosted X amount of damage, because right now if you play Mantis or Rocket Raccoon, you use your damage boost abilities like Rocket Raccoon's ult or Inspire on Mantis. You don't really you do get a little bit of feedback like if someone's hitting something, but I want to know the exact number. Like I want to see a number being like you have boosted 1,000 damage this game. Like I want to see that in the save thing where if I save someone, I want them to know it. I had the game another day where this guy's like, my supports aren't healing him. I gave him everything and he still died. I would have loved if he got the feedback like, yes, there was a support on you trying to save you, but you died anyways. I think that would go a long way, just making support more enjoyable. Another thing is, despite them adding 2 tanks since the alpha, tanks are probably like the number one role that not a lot of people play. Whenever I load into a game, I have 75 hours, by the way, put into the beta. I mean, there's always DPS fills up first, and it's like, yeah, DPS is the more probably enjoyable role in these types of games, and there's a large number of characters. I think DPS has 10 characters to tank 7 and 6 on support. So, yeah, people are just gonna go to DPS, but like, really, the interest in tanks is not really there. I don't know if they can really do anything about that. Overwatch is the same issue, but it just always feels like no one wants to play tank, and I always have to do it. I put so many hours on Magneto because not many people want to tank, and it just feels awful. Like, I don't want to play tank every single game. Support, on the other hand, is a little bit better, but it's always just DPS, 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 and it's like, oh, well, here we go again. And I guess that's an argument you can make for role lock, but then again, I don't want to be locked in these roles. I want this game to succeed and have lots of options and all that sorts of stuff. But, well, that's all I have for this video, guys. Let me know what you think down below about your experience if you played the beta or if you're excited for this game or not. I'm very excited. This will be my primary game, but unfortunately for now, I have a lot of videos ready to go out, probably to last me till October, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna miss this game. Hopefully, it won't take till 2025 to release. Hopefully, it comes out at the end of the year. Otherwise, you're gonna have to watch some Overwatch content in the meantime. Yay. That's about it. So, yep. Peace out.